So let's talk about the user stories that we have added for this sprint. So the first feature that we have added is like we have added themes for our text editor. So you can change themes by clicking these two buttons. There are two themes that we have added. One is the light theme and the other one is the dark theme. By default, our text editor opens with light theme. And the next feature or user story that we have added is making text as hyperlink. For example, you can type in some text here, and then if you want to make this text, or if you want to add some external hyperlink to this text, click the make hyperlink button. Now a pop-up will prompt you to enter the link that you want to embed with the selected text. For example, I want to add here youtube.com, so I can enter it and click make hyperlink. Now when you click the hyperlink, a new tab will open with the link that you have entered to add it. So the next feature that you have added for this sprint is autosave option. So by default, whatever content you type in inside the text editor, it gets saved for every 5 seconds. And also we have allowed the user with an option to change the time interval at which the content should be saved. So here we have a list of 5 seconds, 60 seconds and 10 minutes. So in order to test this, suppose I have typed in some content. Now if I close this text editor and if I come back again, you can see the text editor getting preloaded with the contents whatever I had entered earlier. So this is one feature that we have added for this sprint. And the next good feature that we have added for this sprint is we have added or implemented tooltips for each and every icons present in our text editor. So basically these tooltips give us a description of what each icon does inside the text editor. Next feature that we have added in the sprint is we allow the user to enter headings either in uppercase or lowercase. So for that we have provided two buttons. These are the two buttons which allow you to do so. For example, I type in some content and I want to make this as a heading in uppercase, so I just select this and click this button. So now this is a heading in uppercase. Now again, if I want to make this as a heading in lowercase, I click this button. So now this is a heading in lowercase. And the next difference that you would see in this sprint from our previous deliverable is like we have changed a lot of icons in our text editor. So this time we have used Font Awesome from Bootstrap. So this looks really good compared to our previous deliverable. So the next feature that we have done is we have grouped icons based on some categories. So the first category is like we have grouped icons based on file operations. So the file open, download, new, everything is grouped under a category. So the next grouping we have done is based on styling controls, font styling controls. So bold, italic, underline, everything has been grouped into a single group. And the next grouping is based on paragraph styling controls. So you can see left alignment, right alignment, and center alignment. And also we have grouped icons based on the layout controls. So here a fair bit of grouping has been done so that the layout looks very neat. Another feature that we have added in this print is we have added a print button. So when you click on this button, a print preview will open up. Before that, let me type in some content. So for example, if I want to print this, a pop-up opens up, and here if the printer, if your device is already connected with the printer, you can print it, or otherwise by default you can save it as PDF too. So this is one feature that we have added this time. And the next feature is earlier in our sprint we had not added any validation for our search content. So for example, if I'm typing in something and if I'm searching something else, so this time we get a pop-up which validates that no result is found. So this feature has been also implemented for the find content. And in our previous sprint or deliverable, we had to clear our content in search basically using backspace. So but this time we have added a clear search functionality. So this is something we have added for this sprint. And also another user story that we have added for this sprint is like we allow the user to change font color. Suppose I type in something, and if I select everything and if I want to change the font color, I'm sorry, if I want to change the font color, so for example pink, so now the font color is changed. Again, if I want to change it to some other color, so the font color changes. So in this sprint, we have extensively fixed a lot of bugs or issues that we had from deliverable 2. So I would like to start with the significant bug fixes that we have done. So one bug that we had earlier was we had a bug in word count. So suppose I type in something, and in the next line I type in another word. So earlier it used to always skip the last line's word count, so it used to display only two, but now that has been fixed and displays three words. So another bug that we have fixed is in the preview button. For example, if I type in a large content, and when you click preview, so earlier we had no scroll over in this, but now we have added a scroll over which allows the user to preview the document properly. So this is one fix that we have done. And also while implementing the theme, we had a lot of issues, like some buttons were not getting displayed with the correct theme. Some used to be in light theme, while the actual theme that was selected was in dark. So issues like that with regards to theme have been fixed. Also, we had some issues with the lowercase and uppercase. So earlier it was like, for example, let me type in some content. So if I had two instances like hello hello, and if I'm trying to make this as uppercase, so the issue in our previous deliverable was only the first occurrence was becoming as uppercase, but now in the sprint we have fixed it properly, and the corresponding selected instance gets changed into uppercase. So this bug was existent in lowercase too, and that also has been fixed now. And another optimization that we have done is in the superscript and subscript functionality. So earlier it was done using JavaScript, but now we have optimized it using HTML5. And also we had some issues with bold and italic. I type in some more content, say, and if I try to make this bold, so earlier it was like when you click bold again, it didn't come back to the normal or original content that we had. But now for this print, we have fixed it in such a way that when you click italic twice, so the content comes back to your original content. So that is one thing we have done. Continuing with the bug fixes, we have also added some extra styles inside the style button. Suppose I type in some content here, so I can change the styles of these. So you can see the font style changing. So earlier we had a limited set of styles, but this time we have added a lot of font styles, and also some bugs with respect to the rendering of styles we have fixed. And one more thing that we have added in the sprint is, like, earlier we had the layout as something which gets scrolled up or disappears when you scroll down, but this time we have made it as sticky. So you can see that when we scroll up or down, the control panel stays still while the text area scrolls. So this is something we have added. And to summarize, in this sprint we have extensively fixed a lot of bugs that we found out, and a lot of contribution has been done, or a lot of effort has been spent in terms of bug fixing. So each and everyone has spent a rigorous amount in fixing bugs. So in order to be specific on each individual what they have done, so Yuvan has done print preview, tooltip, validation of search and find content, and then he has added also a clear button in search. A significant amount of effort has been spent in bug fixing in this sprint. So we have all contributed individually on fixing all the bugs that we found out from our deliverable too. So I would like to summarize on what each individual has done for this sprint. A quick overview. So Yuvan has done the print preview functionality, and he has also added the tooltips for each and every icon, and he has also added validation for search and find content, and clear functionality for the search. So Aravind has implemented the autosave option, and also he has implemented the user story for making a text as hyperlink, and also the sticky part of the control panel has been implemented by him. So Harika has added these two buttons that makes our ads uppercase or lowercase heading, and also she has changed almost all the icons using Bootstrap. Ankita has fixed issues with regards to superscript and subscript functionality, and also she has fixed the issues with uppercase and lowercase where the first occurrence was getting changed. Now the corresponding instance or the selected text changes to either uppercase or lowercase, and also Ankita has significantly contributed in grouping of buttons according to several categories. And Pradeep, he has added this theme feature, and he has contributed by fixing a lot of bugs, and also he has refactored the entire code and optimized it so that the system is stable. Sneha has contributed in bold and italic refactoring, and she has also added some extra functions in font style. And also she has added a new user story where you can change the font color. So with this, I would like to conclude our presentation, and we would also like to make a note that in this sprint we have like extensively spent a lot of time in bug fixing so that our system looks much more stable, and the performance of our text editor is really optimized. And also the UI, we have made it look really better than our previous deliverable, and we are planning to make this open source so that this can be like enhanced much more with all the features already present. So thank you.